podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
This week on the Sosbans and Sidesteps podcast, we cover everything from the Cardiff game, the community, preview the balls, and find out what you should be doing with your pound coins. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Sosbans and Sidesteps podcast. Joining me, Big M, as always, the one and only HG Rugby. And is it officially new John, or are we still going with John Newydd? I need to really...
I really don't.
John Newydd.
Okay. Well, you're going to start the recording again, or are we going to go through
This is it. It's...
Every
good evening, boys. How are we?
We are the Welsh language region, and we are making concerted effort to include more Welsh language in social media posts and things. So it's only right, new John Newydd, that you do your bit.
You say that as I almost misspell my own name.
Not the John bit.
Not the John bit. Not the John bit. How are we doing? How are you, Matt?
I'm alive. Yeah. That's about as much as it goes. You boys?
Yeah. I'm working on that.
Working on being alive. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a certain rugby team who plays in red who drains the life force out of me every Saturday.
Every Saturday? Now, that would be nice. That really would be nice. But yeah. So anyone been up to anything interesting? I don't know, speak to any opposition coaches, or, go for a nice meal or something? I don't know.
I haven't been to any nice meals, but I have spoken to an opposition coach. Earlier this evening, I interviewed Neil De Bruyne of the Vodacom Bulls attack coach, and that's going to be out on Monday. They specifically said that when they found out that I was a Scarlets fan, they said, you may not publish this podcast before the Scarlets game. So there you go. I did ask him for all of his line-out calls. He refused to tell me. But other than that, I think that the Bulls are going to play quite well. But that's for the end of the podcast, because we stick rigidly to the not normal order of things. And the normal order of things on this podcast is the preview comes at the end.
Yes, 100%. So what we have learned is that Hugh has zero interrogation skills, and he will not be accepted into the MI5 ranks.
I did find out that they are staying in a hotel in Cardiff.
Did you find out which one?
No.
Bastards.
But he does want to see the castle before he goes. And I did think about going on to the whole thing, like, the castle's a folly, and it's like not the real castle. It was built by a Victorian, and blah, blah, blah. But I didn't go into that. I just asked him questions about rugby.
I mean, the real castle is in there too.
Yeah, the real castle's in. What is it? What do they call it? A thingy and thingy?
Mott and Bailey.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, Mott and Thing. It was knocked
Mott and
down
Thing.
by... Yeah.
That's my comedy duo name, yeah.
Yeah, it was knocked down by a Victorian. So, apart from the middle bit.
Well, in that scenario...
Mott and Bailey, that's it. Mott and Bailey.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, in that scenario, tell him to get to Carms. There's about 1,000 castles he can visit. Carmarthen Castle is beautiful in the town. If you want to be a bit closer, you've got John Newydd's Kidwelly Castle. It's quite spooky in there. It's quite open plan, mind. So we're
awful history. That's fun to That's fun to read up on.
Yeah, bad English people, bad martial lords.
Me and the missus have been watching bad history documentaries on Amazon Prime before bed, because it's just a great way to wind down at the end. And you actually start off watching them as a joke. Like, we watched Britain's Greatest Ships with Rob Bell. And it was actually quite interesting.
I was wondering what was going to qualify as a bad history documentary when you started that.
We also watched Britain's Lost Railways, also with Rob Bell.
Well, there's a lot of lost railways in Wales, and there's also a lot of lost new railways because they'll never happen.
The title of the show is Walking Britain's Lost Railways, and there are some episodes where he spends about 80% of it riding on trains. Like, this is not what I signed up for when I started watching the show, Rob.
Yeah, just tell him get a taxi, get a bus anywhere to the South Wales valleys, and I'm pretty sure you can find hundreds of miles of track.
The reason that I brought it up is because one of the ones that we watched was Britain's Greatest Castles or something like that, and that is actually quite bad. That is actually one that we watched and like, this isn't very good. But we watched it all the way to the end because it was not good in an entertaining way.
What make it just bad in that you didn't enjoy watching it, or
It was
bad that the
badly
information
made.
was bad?
It made
Well, the castle.
It was not the castle. No, it was really confused, kind of like editorial decisions. Like it kept on trying to be really dark at some points, but then like a lot of the filming that they did was just while the castle was open to the public. So there was like people in the background of the shots where they were trying to do a really dark and moody storytelling bit, and it was just just the guy kept trying to be really serious and intimidating, but he just clearly wasn't. So it just didn't work. And they kept inputting like pre-filmed like B-roll. Like they clearly spent loads of money on the reenactments and stuff to insert, and then had no money left to say, hey, can you close the castle for half an hour so we can film this bit? So like it would just interject, and there would just be a picture of like, and then like all these people were executed at the castle, and it would cut to a shot of a man literally hanging from a noose.
Nice.
And you'd be like, oh, this is out of step with the general tone of the rest of the program.
But on the subject, I have actually got a good story from a castle. So we are going back a few years, pre-COVID. So I went to Pembroke Castle with the family, as you know.
Was it to test your eyes?
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. No, it was just a visit, as you do. And there was this guy with a falcon, and he was obviously flying around. Obviously, if you've ever been there, you know the main in a bit. It's like quite big. Falcon flying, and he was showing, we got this radar follows him around. So he was doing that for a bit, and then he was showing people the radar as he was flying out of that, and then deet deet deet, dead. Falcon gone for like an hour. It was awesome. Literally calling, like bird whistles, everything, trying to call to him, couldn't find where the hell it went. I'm assuming they found a female and decided to go off for some fun, or male, whatever way around it was. But it was just
we found a red kite.
Maybe.
Can't move them.
It was brilliant. So this is a rugby podcast, supposedly, kind of. So there was a game on Saturday in Carmarthenshire that ended well for the home team, but we'll get onto that later.
Has Hugh not bought a jersey?
What? Oh no, not this week. No, sorry.
Oh, this is the first time in a long time we haven't had a jersey review.
It is.
Vinted has run out of Scarlet's jerseys.
It's because of all of the traffic offences that I commit. I've got no money left.
Oh, we do have some jersey news though. Hattie won.
The Britton
jersey.
Yeah.
No, she won it twice.
Yeah, she won it twice. She commented on the thing on two different accounts. So Britton Thunder ran a competition to win some like stash, and Hattie commented on it twice with two different accounts and both won. But I mean, I commented on it and didn't win any times.
But if that's the only way you're actually putting like merch out there, and that's the only way people can get it, it's hopefully they got a good enough response from it that they'll actually start producing some jerseys and things for everyone now.
Yeah, but the thing is, she's already got a Britton kit. She made it herself.
It would have been a bit of an outrage if she hadn't won one, to be fair. She is the top Britton Thunder fan in the world.
Yeah, and if you're dedicating the time to hand making a jersey yourself.
Embroidered it by
hand.
Not
even print it off and iron it on proper style. Jesus. No. A lot of effort. We are really avoiding this game. Fair play. Scarlet's end of season sale. Like up to 70% off stuff in the shop. How? I mean, I'm sure you've got at least a spare grand or two in there to buy in rugby jerseys every week.
I don't. I've given it all to Carmarthenshire Council.
Season tickets are out now for next year.
Yeah, today went on sale today. A certain Pringle has already renewed. Goodbye.
It's all changed apparently.
Has it now?
Yeah, the locations, the seating, everything's rearranged, renamed.
Yeah, it's to make things more streamlined in terms of, obviously, when you get closer to the centre, you get access to certain business clubs and lounges. Is apparently to make the access there easier, because apparently there's a lot of season ticket holders in the 1872 and the Stradi and I'm sure there's one more that don't necessarily realise they have access to these lounges. So that's something they're working on. There's quite a few things in this season ticket pack. So I think the main takeaway for anyone is last season's full ticket price, so after the early birds, is this season's super early bird, because the price will go up twice. So I think we've got till May 30th, May 29th, something like that, to keep your seats for next season. So if you're already an SC holder and you want to keep your seat, you've got till just shy of the end of May to get your season ticket in. After that, it goes on general sale. I think the first price hike was June 7th, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know if any of you have got it up there. But the big news is in the South Stand, and S12 has died a death. There is no longer an S12. So it now finishes at S11. So somebody has got a decent paint job on their hands to work in the park to really cover that up and sort it in the summer. So, supporting the community, Scarlets, yay, giving someone a job.
Isn't that how the current groundsman got his job? Is he went up to the Scarlets and said, "Oh, your gates need redoing. I'll bloody do them," and now he's the groundsman.
Yeah, something like that. I can remember that story. It's pretty cool, to be fair. But no, I'm trying to think of it. I wish I had the thing on me now.
I've got it in front of me here now. I can
benefit.
June the 7th is the last day of early bird prices. Yeah.
There we go. So can you flip over to the benefits so the fans know the benefits?
You get to watch the Scarlets. That's the benefit.
That's the main benefit.
So I do know you get access to all Academy games for free, because that's one I keep my nose out for, 16s and 18s. We will, well, if anyone's seen the youth rugby finals quite recently, Army Night did. Woohoo! Damn, I think I meant to talk about that in community. But yeah, there's loads of good boys in that squad. And then there's quite a really strong youth section in Calms at the minute. So expect the 18s to do well for a good few seasons. John Newydd, give us the benefits.
The benefits are 9 regular season URC home games at the park, 2 European pool matches at the park, opportunity to purchase tickets to all Scarlets knockout games at the park in advance of general sale.
We're having those, are we?
Next year.
Ah, okay.
Yes. Edit as necessary. Free access to all Scarlets age grade fixtures, as Mart said. Invite to exclusive open training session during the 26-27 season. Discount on food and drink at the park on Scarlets match days specifically, it says. Additional discounted tickets for friends and family for specific fixtures. Games to be confirmed. Discount at the VX3 store and free membership to Crease 16. Those are your benefits.
No Brisbane Thunder?
No Brithon specifically included in that, no.
Well, the thing is, they tried to kill off Britain last summer, so
yeah,
who knows what they're going to try and do this summer. I mean, if Britain survive as they should, as should any real West Walian team based in Dyfed, should survive. We'll get onto that. We'll get in there. But yeah. Also, there's also a new reward scheme that's going to be live and in action. I don't know if that's available to everyone or just season ticket holders just yet, but more information coming on that soon. Very tempting. Oh, can you go to the Sosban, the pricing?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are not a current season ticket holder and you want to give it a go for the first time, you have the introductory offer of
early bird price of £149.
£149. So Devil's Advocate, 11 games, £149. It's not bad. What's that? £12 a game? Something like that? Maybe 13?
13, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Professional rugby for £13 a game.
Not too bad.
Magic darts.
And if you can get a friend who's already an ST holder, or even just get a new friend to sign up, you both get 20 quid off it as well. You can make that even cheaper. Make it 129. Imagine that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, then you're going for 1080 something. Incredible deal. And then obviously that's the early bird. So phase two, it's going to be more expensive, 172, and then the full price is 189. So it's definitely worth getting in at the early bird.
So I think 189 is the price of the Terrace super early bird. So, and I believe Sosban might actually, I think there's a seated option for Sosban. So for a seat, no matter where you are, it's not
Yeah,
bad.
the standing terrace early bird is 180. Yeah, so £9 more just for that. It's not too bad, is it?
I know, and that's after the fact. So boom. Okay, any other news that we can squeeze in? Anything?
Shout out Jenna De Vera, who won her first cap for Cymru at the weekend against France. Former captain of Scarlet's under-18s ladies.
That weren't that long ago. Because I can remember we had him on pod. He was the head coach at the time for the 18s for the women's. Oh, that's gonna bug me now. I'm gonna have to figure it out. But yeah, it seems like we've been had a while since we've had any sort of women's rugby age grade and all, which is quite sad. Like I know they've restructured it to the PDCs, but we're still here, still regions. Let's make these teams.
There's no reason why both can't coexist. It's just they're trying to do it on the cheap. But anyway, we've had that rant a load of times.
Yeah. Yeah. So community time. Okay, so there was a game at 5:30 internationally, and it was okay for about 70 minutes. Like, okay, the first half weren't great, but there was a nice 20-25 minutes in there at the start of the second that I can say I was proud to be Scarlet during that time. And do we have any? I haven't seen any stats drops come from the magician since. Do we have any sort of data? Do you have any try-lights to look at?
No, I was too annoyed. It was just, I don't know how to sum up my emotion after this, as I know you boys can tell me how you felt. I was just fed up. I couldn't believe it. But I could, because at the time, when there was like 15 minutes to go, I was like, there's still plenty of time for us to fumble this. And we did. Shout out friend of the pod, Tame Plumtree, with a try and assist. And
and nothing else of note.
Nothing bad happened whilst he was on the pitch.
True.
That's very true.
Very true. I mean, there was a particularly sublime pass by one Kemsley Matthias.
Oh, how good is he?
He's amazing, and he had Tandy and Co in the ground to watch.
His pass was It was an amazing pass. Like any fly half would be happy with that pass.
We're really lucky with some of the forwards we've got for link play. If we're focusing on positives for a second, him, Tane as well, like they showed up in the midfield. They did really, really well. But
Hawk is an amazing handler for a tight head prop. Absolutely amazing. Well, just in general sense.
It's just something that we clearly prioritize, and it's something we clearly prioritize in training and with who we recruit and things like that. And it's really great to see. God, I don't want to talk about this game. Yeah, it was. I didn't see it live. I didn't see this game live. And I managed to avoid all sort of spoilers. Yeah. I managed to avoid spoilers for ages, and then I got a notification on my phone that there was a post in the Scarlet subreddit, and it was just called "Ah!" And that was the moment when I realized that this game was spoiled for me. And I went into it, and we got to the very end, and I said, I have no idea how we lose this. I have no idea how we lose this game.
Like,
and I have notes that say like,
how,
what, like, how is this going? What's going to happen? I have notes that say like, we are massive. and things like that, and then they suddenly drop to, how do you yellow card someone who's already off the pitch? What's changed since our last try? Yeah, I don't know. First half was really odd, wasn't it?
The first half was, in all
Ugh.
fairness, the lowest quality game of rugby I've watched all season. It
Apart
was
from the scrums. The
it
scrums
was-
are always a good watch.
Cardiff couldn't get out of their own half, and we couldn't do anything with the ball once we got in there. And then in the first half an hour of the second half, they capitulated in the most complete and utter way imaginable. And that is unless you hadn't managed the Scarlets' final 10 minutes, which was an even greater capitulation. Now, we've gotten 2 yellow cards in the final 10 minutes against Cardiff before, but we won that match. We did not win this match.
Yeah, it's hard, and I've got a lot of gripes with both yellow cards. Like,
Blair's was Stonewall. I'm sorry.
come on, it goes up. He's not knocking it down.
It's he's not gone for a realistic attempt to catch that ball on any planet.
Oh, come on, any ball flat. You don't know where your head from your arse is, and a ball flashes in front of you. You're gonna hit it.
It's a yellow card,
but it's
every
a
day.
yellow.
Sentimental I am.
Taines one. The way that they went through it, and they were like, "Oh, look at it, clear and obvious." I couldn't see anything.
I can't see his hand.
I can't see what his hand does.
Like, I've no doubt there's maybe a little tap in there, but you can't see nothing. You can't see it at all.
Even if it's little, he is on his knees. And it's normally it would just be even if you're not sure about it would just be a penalty. But it's like now the majority, it's such a weird statistic to bring out. Tane's got 7 yellow cards on the season, and 4 of the 7 are what you can call like cumulative team yellows. You know, like none of them are exactly particularly egregious in any way. Like most of them you would probably overlook if it was just a normal breakdown happening in the middle of the pitch. But like because of the location and the situation when they've happened, they're yellows.
Did you notice like Captain's Challenge was back in this game? Did you notice? Like in the first half, Cardiff were like, there was a neck roll over there, and the referee went, "Okay, can you check for a neck roll, please?" And then they all stood there for 3 minutes. And then
the thing is,
TMO says he can't see anything. Like that's not how rugby works.
Because I'm not sure who it was that called for it, but someone literally shouted at that ruck, neck roll, neck roll.
Not.
I was like, I couldn't see nothing at the time.
I think it was George Knott shouting it. Yeah.
I was like,
But,
and then
okay, I'll check it, and everybody stands still for 3 minutes.
I'm glad it wasn't on the screen, to be honest. Because if there's nothing in it and it's just called for, like, it's just going to make it worse to show footage of it in the ground. But like, it was weird, especially because what they were showing footage of was a high tackle the entire time.
Yeah,
that didn't really come to anything. Was it penalty for us in the end?
Yeah.
But
I think one of the worst ones was the reversal after what was it?
That was an absolute joke.
Bollocks, that was.
No, if anything is coming from that, it's another pen against Man and potentially a yellow card.
Man's hit him in the face. Alex Mann has hit Taine Plumtree in the face.
Yeah. You can't, and you cannot throw someone to the ground. End of. It doesn't matter. He rubs his hair. Okay, he catches his cheek because he's going up. But you're rubbing his bloody head, like, that's nothing.
He hasn't run in. I don't know what... There was a bit of a fracas after a scrum. Oh, a game of rugby. Ugh. You know, and then he's like, oh, you've escalated it. No, he hasn't. There's no footage of him escalating it.
He literally walks back from the completion of the scrum, turns around to walk back on the side for the resulting penalty kick. And as he goes by, he rustles Alex Mann's hair. And that's... The idea that can be a reversal for a penalty when he then gets hit in the face and pushed on the ground is pretty ridiculous to me. If you want to say, oh, you reversed the penalty or whatever, you can't then just completely absolve Alex Mann of what he did after the fact. One of Taine's yellow cards, because I looked through them all, obviously, before I interviewed him last week, yeah, please do check it out, was Evan Ruiz tackles Tane off the ball, and then Tane squares up to him, and Evan Ruiz basically hits him in the face, and Tane gets a yellow card for instigating a fight. And it's like it's crazy stuff like that. And I do, when I went back and watched them all, and then watched this game, I honestly like it's the idea that Alex Mann didn't get a yellow card for that whole interaction is insane to me.
How
And
they
then there
did,
was
how
the
they
one
didn't
against
have a
South
yellow
Africa for
card at
Wales
all.
where somebody else is offside and he gets yellow carded.
Oh yeah, and that someone else, by the way, was Alex Mann. Just to point out, it was Alex Mann who was offside, and Tane gets yellowed for it.
Two tall blonde flankers, and they all got mixed up all the time.
Mm.
Yeah, but one is clearly prettier than the other, and we do
Yeah.
have the pretty one. Yeah,
If that's how you want to differ, yeah, that's fair enough.
we have the pretty six. They have that.
I saw Tane Plumtree's first ever game that he played in Wales because it was for Wales in a World Cup warm-up against England. I was there, and I'd never seen him before, and I did think, who's this handsome bloke wearing a red jersey? And turned out it was Tane Plumtree.
Yes, I agree.
Mm. Anyway, this is a weird turn for the Tane Plumtree Defence League meeting that we have here. Well, he may give away a lot of yellow cards, but at least he's a handsome boy. At least he's a lovely boy.
Speaking on this then, so I did do one bit of video analysis. It feels like a stretch to call it that. I did do one compilation, which I'll show on the screen now.
No.
Ooh, I get to use my big monitor.
So this is
fucking.
So this is all the times the Scarlets had a platform which is defined as a line out, a scrum, or a tap and go in Cardiff's 22 and completely and utterly failed to turn it into a try 9 times, which is quite a lot. Here's the first one. Nothing. I don't know if I'm going to talk through all of them, to be honest.
I think there was 2 penalties in this one, as in Cardiff infringed twice.
It was just such a mess of the first half. Like, what even was that breakdown? Second one, they stole our line out. Third one, I think it was another penalty. I thought we dropped that, to be honest. I'm not sure what the penalty is given for here. To be frank with you, I think we just dropped the ball. But the referee eventually calls it back. Dane Blacker tries to take a tap and go every single time, and the ref stops him every time. Next one was a maul. Now, I'm not a maul expert, but he says that this was just a stopped maul. Okay. Whatever. So that's a maul turnover. Next one's a dummy throw. Yeah, clear as day. That's just a balls up by us. Next one, scrum in their 22. This is into the second half now. Now, this is a slightly longer attack. If this is the one that I think it is, I'm going to be talking about it in a second. Yeah, it is. So he gets stopped there and then pulled over their line. How is that not a yellow card for Cardiff? How is that not cynical play? So Fletcher Anderson is brought down short of their try line. The Cardiff player doesn't release and then pulls him back over their try line to have it be held up. That's 2 illegal actions. Whilst they're already, the reason that we're down there in the first place is because we've gotten penalties. How is that not a yellow card? I don't understand.
I think I think you might put that down to ignorance with the relatively new held up law coming in. But like you are right, it should be a yellow. It should probably a yellow twice over realistically because it's a cumulative yellow because they're on a warning at this point. And then just
they're not
for
on a warning
play.
yet. Sorry, I do have a loyalty to the truth. It wasn't quite on a warning yet.
This wasn't the last last scrum before they kicked out.
So this was the 5th time they should have had a warning before they actually had a warning.
Yeah, the fact that we got a warning after 2 infringements and they got 1 warning all game. I mean, I'll play on. So this was a penalty that was awarded. From the penalty, we have a tap and go. I'm trying to remember which one this is. I think this is the one that goes to Tommy Raj on the wing. Then the pass just doesn't go to hand. So that's disappointing. That's a balls up by us. Another tap and go from another penalty in their 22 in the same visits. We decided to go to the backs, which is a bit weird. Great carry from Johnny Williams. I think in this passage of play, Eddie James has an unreal carry from a standing start. I think it's coming up now. You can see it's a double latch from Johnny, and Max Douglas gets involved in this. So he gets caught behind the gain line there and then gets back up to the try line. And then that's an incredibly cynical play from the Cardiff player there to play the 9. I think that's where they get the warning from. That's the warning. And then there's a scrum and they get a penalty from the scrum. And
we take a scrum from that penalty when they get the warning, right?
Part of me is a little bit worried that from those penalties, we went 1 line out, 1 scrum, 2 tap and goes from the penalties that we got down there, which is a bit. They've kind of clearly felt on the pitch like nothing was working because they tried a completely different thing each time. I prefer to have seen them try something, more times than once. But if you look at those 9 attacks that failed, 4 of them failed because Cardiff infringed, and they got 1 yellow card warning all game. And bear in mind that a lot of the reasons that we were down in their 22 in the first place was because they gave away a penalty.
So, obviously, the Cardiff infringements are one side of that, and we can't be responsible for them infringing on our attacks. What did you think? I'd be interested to know, boys, of the actual decisions made for now we're taking tap and go, now we're taking scrum, now we're kicking to touch. Because my feeling was that first scrum, the one that I mistakenly thought was the one following the warning there, that first scrum went well, and then we had 2 really good tap and goes where we drew further penalties, and then went back to the scrum where my initial feeling was stick with what's working at this moment. We're clearly stretching them. Why don't we choose to stick with the tap and go in that situation?
So I don't understand why we don't stick with that or even go for the 3, considering the scoreline at the point. I love Hawk to bits. I really do. But he's still not his pre-injury form. And Josh Morse, he will become a force to be reckoned with. But he's incredibly inexperienced at this level. And you could see from the scrums leading up to it that we weren't as stable with Archer and Kemsley. And of course, we're not going to be. They are our 2 strongest scrummaging props. So to go back to a scrum in that instance, I think was very naive. And I think it was a scrum before that. Javan, obviously commanded by ex-Scarlet, he read Josh Morse just so easily. I think Javan himself, he went just straight off his feet at the scrum. And then he just set himself a little bit higher. And he just won a pen off Morse so easily. It's great to see as a scrum enthusiast how you'll see different props doing different things from scrum to scrum. They'll forget quite a lot about, like, they'll put the last scrum to the back of their mind, or they'll even chuck it away, but they'll keep little things that they'll go, okay, this happened last time, so I'll go through my process, but if I maybe tweak this tiny thing, like literally 1%, and it worked massively in that instance. Yeah, going for a scrum, I don't get.
Just one thing. I should have read this as foreshadowing at the time. When I was speaking with Tana, I did the quickfire questions at the end. One of the questions that we ask everyone we have on is scrum or tap and go on the 5 meter. And when I asked him, he said, "Who's our front row?" And I said, "Oh, it's going to be Elias, Kems, and Archer." And he went, "Scrum." In that moment. And I said, "Well, who would you have?" Well, you asked that question, what's the front row that's going to make you go tap and go? And he said, "Well, I'm not going to tell you that." And yeah, well, that didn't play out so well when we came to the weekend, but
that front row is obviously Archer being Australian is unfortunate, but that's an unbelievable front row of scrum.
For now, he's Australian for now.
Yeah, but what will he be? He'll be. Hang on, I think he'll only be 30. That's not bad in prop years. Yeah,
It's like dog years. It's not. He'll be 30, which means in centre terms he'll be 21. He'll be ready to. Yeah,
24. 24. Be fair. 24.
fair enough.
He'll have another 6 years worth in him.
So yeah, I liked the variation in the tap and goes. I thought switching at the last minute to go to the backs was a nice touch, but maybe a little bit wider than just staying like maybe 10 meters away from where you actually tapped it. That seemed a bit odd. The whole game, actually, I felt we were really, really tight in attack. The handful of times where we went edge to edge, we were successful. But when we were sticking in the midfield, running at Sheedy, running at Thomas, and they were tackling well all game.
Do you think the fly half might have had been a reason for that?
So, again, this will go on to it. Once we hit that bonus point try, why are we not bringing Carwin on? Because at that point, we're clearly on top. And, the momentum is with us. And if we play in good rugby, put a good 10 in there and we'll do some more damage. And despite his age, I do think his game management is better than Hawkins as a 10. I'm not saying that would have made a difference in the final few minutes, but I think that is a decision that could probably be scrutinized a little bit. Once you're in that position, okay, let's actually put a 10 on the field now. Let's take, even if it's not take Hawkins off, let's take Johnny Williams off or Eddie James, one of them. Give them a little rest now. They've been awesome all game. Let's put this and we go into ultra attacking mode then.
Well, hindsight on that, I think, is, I don't know, obviously everything we do here has to be hindsight, but like the attack was going well at that point. I feel like if Kaz wasn't starting this game, the plan was generally probably for him not to come on in general. I get what you mean with that, but what I actually thought was more egregious in the subs was when Tommy Rog went off and we chose to bring on Archie as a sub for him.
Yeah.
That must have been injury.
Oh no, it was injury. But what I'm wondering is why aren't we putting like Blair on the wing and bringing on Kaz and putting him at fullback or something? Because it's not Archie's fault, but he didn't read very well on the wing.
But even in that moment, like Dan Davis went on the pitch at that time, you could bring Dan Davis on and put Taylor on the wing. You know what I mean? There's other options there that surely we have gone through in training to end up with Archie. Like, I love Archie. He is the Falcon, as he has been dubbed. But he's obviously a hell of a lot better than 9, and covering wing is, it's not an easy job, and I probably wouldn't have given that job to Archie in this instance. There's probably quite a few other options we should have looked at.
Yeah, it's specifically not an easy job against Callum Sheedy as well, who is very good kicking from hand, who is very good at maneuvering a back three to find space. And like if you give him, you've lost your 2 starting wingers in this game, and they're being filled in with a center and a scrum half. Like and now we lose Blair then as well, so we don't have any of our starting back three. Like I just don't understand why Carwyn Leggett-Jones is staying on the bench in that situation.
And obviously, Joe did have to come on for me originally. But why aren't we putting Joe into that 13 channel and put either Johnny or Eddie on the wing when we are dropping men? Because he's a much better defensive 13 than the others. And I know Eddie is catching up fast, but Joe is supreme when it comes to defensive organization out the outside backs, or what would be left of the outside backs at that point, and just reading a play. So
thank goodness this wasn't the game we did 6-2 anyway. It doesn't matter because Kaz didn't come on. It doesn't matter. We could have gone 6-2, but
well, we went 5-2
just to give them a chance, and unfortunately they took it. But
I mean, okay, we'll get on to it now. Gone, the yellows come in. We should have still won the game. You shouldn't be conceding 3 tries in that manner that we did. Going down to 14, unfortunately, it happens a lot to us. I don't think I've ever seen us defend that bad with 14, defend that narrow at 14, and you could just you're watching the game, and you can quite literally see a 3-man overlap for Cardiff, and you're going, we're only 1 man down. How is this possible? How are we this disorganized that we're in this place? And I'll contribute that to not having your defensive leader, your outside back defensive leader in there, because Joe is that man, and then not having a 10 that is used to organizing the inside defense as well. But it's still hard to take, just because there's no way we should have lost that game. I'm heartbroken. I am genuinely heartbroken from that.
I can tell you what really boiled my piss towards the end was I don't know why, with like 7 minutes still on the clock, we're still leading. We're down to 13 at that point, I think. Yeah. And we're still box kicking contestable in the middle third. I don't know why that's not going deep.
It was. I think I might have mentioned this in the chat, but I think it was 77th minute. We're sort of in. I want to say we're in Cardiff's. We're in the middle territory towards Cardiff's half, and we turn the ball over. And the first thing Joe Hawkins does is just put the ball straight back to them. And I'm like screaming in my head, "Keep the ball!" It's not a hard concept. You're men down. You never attack with 14, 15 players anyway. Just keep the damn ball. Play safe. Eke a penalty.
And one thing that we were actually great at in this game, which maybe we didn't talk about enough earlier, our breakdown defensive work was fantastic. Like, maybe that's the side effect of playing 2 6s. Maybe it's 2 blind sides is the way forward, not 2 opens. But I thought we secured the ruck great all game. I don't think, did Cardiff get a ruck turnover? I don't remember them getting one. I remember seeing Al Lawrence going for a couple and not getting them. But I thought we did really, really well at that. So I would back us being able to retain the ball even at that point. 2.5 minutes, a long time, but it felt like that was the day we could have done it.
I mean, 2.5 minutes, and I think I want to say we still had. No, I think it was 24-21 at that point. Yeah, but we could have just even tried to go upfield, and then if push comes to shove, you go back 15, 20 meters, whatever. Then you kick. You send. You put Fletch or you put Eddie. You hide them somewhere. You send them on a nice arcing run or just through someone, get on the front foot, and then you kick in behind. But just the way it unfolded, and obviously the blame doesn't go on any individual player. It's just individual moments that stick out that we're aggrieved at.
Is it not a case of no Josh, no Sammy, no Party?
Not necessarily, because we were in the position to do it. We just didn't have any leadership once the Tane yellow, which again shouldn't have been, but besides the point. I do have to question though. Jack Price was walking onto the pitch. Well, he was on the pitch.
According to the URC official website, Jack Price got yellow carded.
Well, in real terms, he didn't actually get onto the pitch because of that yellow card, and he didn't get a minute, so he's an unused sub in real terms. But that sort of intrigued me, because I was thinking, hang on, if Jack Price is coming on by there, that means he's going to slip into lock, and then Max Douglas is going to come out. So it was interesting, the thinking, but obviously it all went fucking tits up anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter now.
I would actually say, again, I thought Douglas had a great game. I thought Douglas was really good throughout. I thought in the line out is immense.
I'm
worried about the prospect of us not retaining him.
I'm
Really worried about that.
I'm dreading that call coming. I'm absolutely dreading it. Just that little note. Oh, Max Douglas will be joining Kobe, whatever their names are, or whoever it may be.
Yeah. Because he and again, speaking to Tane, he was full of praise for him. Like, why are you so effective in the mull? Why are you so effective in the line-out? Oh, well, that's Albert Vandenberg and Max Douglas. Like, no hesitation. And yeah, it's sad that there's question marks over them names. But yeah.
And the worst thing is, you even look at it as a wider picture. Wales are not blessed for locks at the minute. Like 3 years, okay, it's a long time, and you don't know who's going to turn up in those intervening years. But come on, Max, like he is quite serious. Like he could easily go into a Super Rugby side and get into that Australia squad. Like I do feel like that quite easily.
I mean, Australian locks down Llanelli way with facial hair. They're a good pedigree.
Generally speaking. I'm starting to go back to the years where we had the likes of Dave Bulbring and bloody Tom Price. Oh, who's the other ones? Obviously Cummins was in there. There was another South African, I can't quite remember his name right now. Oh, it's gonna bug me. But we used to have like at least 3 NWQ locks on patrol at any one time. This has never been something we've been consistently good at. And
the thing about locks is that you're either 6'7" or you're not, isn't it? So
well, to be fair, we make a lot of 6'6" players.
When you've got a small population base, you're gonna have fewer people who are that. I genuinely wonder sometimes that if you are 6'8" and you just walk into Parker Scholars, would you get a contract?
Well, this is the thing, because obviously I'm gonna touch on this game later. But in the Youth Cup final, there was a boy playing lock for Armin United who was playing tight head for Scarlets 18s. And Dyfan Llewellyn, his name is, and he looks about at least 6'6". Like, he just looks absolutely fucking unbelievably huge. And this is against, standing next to the likes of, Jack Clark and Cole Lacey, who, are Wales under-18s and nationals. Clarkey did, captain them in the France game in the under-18s Six Nations Festival. So these are not by any means, undeveloped 18, 17, 16-year-olds. These are boys that are looking to play men's rugby possibly over the next month, just to blood their teeth. So he's absolutely huge. Don't know if he's someone we're even looking at keeping on for the academy. But if we're talking about height and keeping him involved as long as we can, he is probably one boy we should be keeping an eye on.
Well,
yeah. Okay, there was something else on the agenda. Was there? Oh my!
I accidentally talked about the season tickets too early because I forgot it was on the agenda.
Was it on the agenda?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just didn't want to talk about the game. Didn't want to talk about the game. Fuck everything. Fuck everything, and why do we bother? They in the next items.
Just so you know, everyone, that is literally written on the agenda. Those are points 2 and 3 of this agenda. Following on from that was shite.
Yeah. I mean, the season was gone anyway. I think the hubcap, it was an outside chance, but realistically, I would happily take 3 losses in Welsh derbies to finish in the top 8 and say, fuck that Welsh Shield. I never want my name written on it, like the Scarlet's name written on it, because it's just a piece of shit, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, you say that now, but if we win it, I'll be demanding a star above the badge.
Silver star.
Oh, bronze at best. A bronze star, I think. Pooh brown, maybe.
Oh yeah, the Mickey Mouse Cup gets a silver, don't they? I forgot about them. Oh Christ! At least there's a laugh in there somewhere for us boys.
Yeah, if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
So so this is a good time to go into the community.
It's never a bad time.
Oh, fuck, I always click that arrow instead of the whole thing. Oh.
I had to do it for you last week. Did you listen?
No, I didn't. How did you do?
Perfect. Fantastic. No problems whatsoever from either of us.
Now, I do have to mention now that we're in the end of the season, and apparently a lot of these leagues should have already finished, but obviously, you know what the WIU and scheduling is like. They think that they can get all games through winter without a single cancellation, but there we are. So there's loads of games that get cancelled, get arranged, then unarranged and moved, and blah blah blah. So you'll see games popping up that were the year last week, the no year, etc. etc. Especially in the women's games. Christ, they're not good, like really not good. So we start off in the SRC playoffs now. We are at the end of the season, and it's all on the knockout. So in the wildcard round, we had Carmarthen Quins at home to Pontypool, and even in going into round 17 of the league, Quins looked like they wouldn't need to be in this wildcard round. But don't get me into that. So great game by all accounts. If you try and talk to any Pooler fan, you know they absolutely dominated this game for the whole match. You know, totally on top, unequivocally the better side on the day. So a quick run of what actually happened. Quins scored quite early on. I know the try scorers. I just don't know the order of the try scorers. So I know Bads, Yori Badam, the Tembi Tornado, back from injury once again this season. First time back in the team sheet, first time on a try scorer sheet. Happy days. Scores all the time. Hell of a boy. Then it was Jack Howells and Gabe McDonald. Another one of ours. So we cross over 5-0 up, go 8-0 up, then through a nice kick from Steph Jack Jones, back from the Drovers. Thank you very much. I'll keep you for a few weeks if you don't mind. 8-7, then, what was it? 11-7, 18-7, 18-14, and then we get to we're past the 75th minute by year, and Pontypool finally score. So 21-18, and the clock is almost in the red. And it is that final try for Inter. I really, really hope it's Gabe McDonald, because that'll just be open. Just crashes over and brings it back from the death. 25-21. Hell of a win for Quins. They will be travelling to Cap for a quarter-final against the league leaders. We will have already won at Cap this season. So keep that nose out. Quite a few boys involved in this one. So it was 5 of the 7 backs. Roger Lewis, Steph Jack Jones, Gabe McDonald, Yori Badam, and Yohan Jones. On the bench, we had the return of Isaac Young, which perfect time for him to come back. You know, front row at Quins has been depleted, to say the least. Iestyn Cook, after a week with Llangennech, obviously Hawk was playing with Quins last week, and the man of the moment, apparently, within the academy, Callum Woolley, weighed in 23. So on to this Saturday. Now, Quins are travelling to Cardiff. It was the usual 2:30 kickoff as it stands. And Llandovery at home against RGC. That is televised. I believe it's a 5:30 kickoff, but double check just in case. Into the Premiership, and Narberth going down 23-40 at home to Bather. Llangennech losing 38-26 away to Newbridge. Fixtures this coming week. Wednesday night, Llanelli Wanderers are travelling to Merthyr. On to Saturday, Wanderers are hosting Breck and Narberth hosting Neath. Llangennech hosting Ystrad Rhondda, who current Scarlet Academy player Ben Williams, Gilfa Coch by Rhondda Boy, is playing for Ystrad Rhondda. He's still under contract, but I think you can read between the lines there. Championship West, Aberystwyth 33-45 loss at home to Gysainan, and an all-West clash. Ammanford 36, Newcastle Emlyn 28. This week's fixtures, we've got Aberystwyth at home to Gowerton, a nice local one. Newcastle Emlyn at home to Crymych, and then Ammanford travelling to Tartar. One West, we got Larne 17-31 losers at home to Temby. Wellinville resounding 64-0 win at home against Kidwelly. Sorry, John Newydd. Really sorry. Larne 30-26 winners at home to Swansea Upland. Wynarloedd beating Hendy 34-15 at home. Wednesday fixtures, we've got Buryport at home to Hendy and Tenby at home to Kidwelly. Can you lose twice in 1 week, John? Can you do it?
We'll do our very best.
On to Saturday, Larne at home to Wynarloedd, and then we got Tenby at home to St Clears and Hendy hosting Swansea Uplands. I'm going down the page. Division 2 West and Carmarthen Athletic, 29-15 winners away to Pencloud. Whitland then taking a battering at home, 15-66 to Nantgaredig. Fixtures for Saturday, we got Aberaeron at home to Pontedilice, Pringles Pontedilice. Fishguard at home to Carmarthen Athletic and Nantgaredig hosting Pencloud. 2 West Central, Brenaman will be playing in Pencode this Saturday. 3 West, Milford Haven 6, Havford West 10. This game was abandoned quite late on. Apparently there was a scuffle and the ref blew up, but meh. Llandilo winning 73-7 away to Neyland. You can ignore, if you're watching this on video, the bottom part of this is just further along for myself. So Tuesday night we got Cardigan at home to Milford. Saturday Llandilo at home to Neyland, Milford at home to Narberth Athletic, and then Arm United travelling to Tumble. For West Day, and this league is almost finished. It genuinely is. We got Llanybydr losing 26-50 at home to Tyrone Crymych, and Pontyberem champions 59-5 winners at home to Pembroke Dock Harlequins. And the final game of 4 West Day is this Saturday, Pontyberem at home to Llanybydr. I'm going to have to double check, but I think they may go through undefeated. 4 West B, Penderbank winning 22-14 away to Kev Nathan. Tregaron losing 22-27 at home to Pantavannan. Wednesday night, we've got Llandibby at home to Tregaron, and Saturday is Penderbank at home to Llangadog. Let's talk women's for a moment. So in the Premiership, we did have a game. Buryport losing 27-59 at home to Bonamine. In the Championship, Lampeter losing 26-7 away to Old Penarthians. In the West Wales Division, Tumble and Morriston played out a 17-all draw. And this Sunday, we will have Pembroke travelling to Morriston. So it was Cup Finals week. And on Saturday, we had the Women's Plate and Bowl Final. I'm trying to remember which way around these were. I'm going to say the bowl was Bala winning 29-17 against McKinleth, and Club Rugby Cymru Cedydd losing 12-45 to Seven Sisters in the Plate. Now on to the divisional caps. So down in Division 5, we had Bargate Athletic winning 49-5 against Brecon Athletic. Here we get some interest. Llangadog losing the Division 4 Cup final 27-21 against Pontyclun, but not for a lack of trying. They really, really went all out in this game, and they knocked on over the line, a few minutes before for the 80. So it was, really, really heartbreaking stuff for Llangadog. They could have won this match. In the one we were all waiting for, the Division 3 Cup final, Hughes New Dock Stars against Tumble, and New Dock Stars somehow come away with it 32-29. Now that is a New
Come
Dock,
on, the lads.
that is a New Dock Stars side hosting former professional Jordan Williams, and I can't remember if Ben Lueng played a game for the Scarlets, but he definitely played a lot for Carmarthen Quins, and he got himself on the score sheet as well. But it was a game that made me think a lot about where our academy was just a few years ago to now, because Ellis Payne was Tumble's number 10, and he was an academy contracted player up until the end of last season. He was in the same 18s group as Kaz. Well, obviously Kaz was a few years younger, but he was playing up. Kaz, Pricey, and Steph Jack Jones. So I got in my mind that they just thought, this is a fourth outside half that's not getting contracted here. Let's just give him one to make him sure he's not felt left out. Because that's the sort of performance that I saw. 100%, nothing against the kid. Hope he goes on to play really well and as high as he possibly can. But Christ, Tumble should have won this. The amount of opportunities they butchered, and I mean absolutely butchered. I think it was like 2 or 3 2-on-1s that just he couldn't execute. Oh wow! But yeah, congratulations, New Dock Stars. That's looking to be a double for them this season. And then in Division 2 Cup final, Club Rugby Cymru Caerdydd 34-15 winners at, I would say at home against Aberafon Quins. Down into the youth now, and Am United with a crushing 30-13 win against Pontypool United. Third year in a row the Youth Cup comes home to Carmarthenshire. Llandilo they have in the previous 2 years. Pontypool United, coincidentally, were in the final against Llandilo last year. I believe that was 22-20, if my memory serves me correct. But this was a big performance from the boys. The defense was outstanding. Like you couldn't have asked for anything more. And cup finals will be coming thick and fast, whether it's cup, plate, bowl, or whatever. So in the youth level Pembrokeshire Cup final, we got Aberystwyth playing against Haverfordwest on Friday night. So if you are close to either of them, give someone a call, find out where it is, because I'm not 100% sure. But that is it for this week's community game. And how is everybody feeling?
Yeah, good. I'm glad that New Dock Stars are on for a double. John is wearing more clothes than the last time he was on the full screen.
I was hoping if I kept doing it gradually, you wouldn't notice.
It is seriously a shame that you're wearing more clothes now than you were. Why didn't you do it in reverse, and let's see how far we can take it?
Wait, reverse. I think there's a word for reverse putting clothes on. I think I've been to a reverse putting clothes on club before, and it had a different name to that.
Yeah, I think I may have been to one of them clubs as well.
Well, you were on the stage, Matt. That's where I know
you
you from.
There? Oh, no way!
I was the one throwing the pounds, the hard coins.
Oh yeah, Christ! I still got a few of their marks on me.
Yeah, well, they've got the right sort of. They've got the dip,
Yeah, they hit
the
the right
arc
velocity and it just goes down, then doesn't it?
Yeah. Otherwise, all you're doing is sort of tying or sort of with sellotape, like putting a load of 20s together, and no one wants that.
No.
It's just not as aerodynamic.
I had nowhere to keep them either. Like, let's be honest, I could have maybe held on to like 2 or 3, but after that, I'm struggling. You know what I mean?
No. It was very impractical that you didn't go with something with pockets.
I mean, I'll have to take that on board, but it has been a few years since I've been back. I do have to admit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you remember all my other feedback, right? I mean, I was very thorough at the time.
You were. It's like I can see you now. I can remember your face. You had a bit of hair back then, mind.
Yeah, so, it was a while ago, 10 years ago. Yeah.
I think
I did write it all down at the time, and I think I
wrote it down.
Yeah, I think I gave it to you, but you didn't really have anywhere good to put it. Where you did end up putting it, I was worried it wasn't going to be legible once you tried to get it back after the fact.
Oh no, I think I know now. Yeah, I think only like the first few lines I could make out. The rest, yeah.
That's for the best, because I tried to do a compliment sandwich, so you probably just only got the good things. And what's more important than confidence at the end of the day?
Well, yeah, I certainly run with it. I mean, have we made this bit last as long as we can?
We are heavily relying on the people turning off at the community bit thing this week.
That was hard holding a straight face. That was really tough.
If anyone has genuinely made it this far, you deserve to make sure you're subscribed and comment and do everything under the sun, because you fully have to do that if you're this committed.
If you made it this far, please, without any context, because Lee won't know what this is about, just comment a single pound sign in the comments just to know that you made it this far.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Absolutely awesome. I might have to do it myself now. Fake accounts coming up. Okay.
Gonna get a visit from Thistle the cat.
The robot. It's a robot. Okay. So let's run through. So that was shite. Fuck everything. Why did we bother? Season ticket that went earlier. Community Bulls preview. Yes, we're at the end of the podcast and we're on to a Bulls preview. And like we said, we sent our man in to interrogate the Bulls to find out what they were going to do, and he brought us back nothing. So, how are we feeling?
The Bulls are in quite good form at the moment. They've decided to take this seriously and are playing their first choice team every single week at the moment, which means Embers Papier, Andre Pollard, Kane Moody's injured. All their big Bok front rowers, all those guys. And it's going quite well for them.
I'll be honest, I've got the perfect answer to any sort of Bok front row. Just pull a player off and make it uncontested.
Yeah, just cheat, it's fine.
It works.
But make sure everyone has to stand around for 10 minutes in between,
Yeah, makes sense.
I
mean, I'm really tempted in a dark way to put Gabe Hawley, Harry Thomas, and Josh Morse as our starting front row. I'm really tempted because the season's gone. I really don't care, but I think I'd love to see that.
This is becoming a welfare issue, Matt. If we're doing that.
Iron sharpens iron, and boys, you're getting ironed.
Yeah, iron, steel sharpens steel. You know what steel doesn't sharpen? Twigs. It famously does not sharpen twigs.
No, I mean, if that turned out, or even if one or two of them was in the starting front row, I would be happy, just because I know we're actually thinking forward. We're actually thinking about next season and going, well, these boys, they're going to actually have to play some minutes properly next year. Obviously, Gabe had a few last year and he done really well. But yeah, I'd love that. Would be that's a very it's a sadistic sort of dream I have for what will come out on. Is it a Saturday night game?
Yes.
So
it's
what will
kick off on Saturday, I think.
So what at 12 noon on Friday? I'm either going to have a very, very sadistic smile or I'm not.
Well, I wouldn't mind having one of them in the starting front row because, well, this is what I'm thinking. Because one of the problems we have at the moment one of the problems we had in that game just gone, the drop off. And that's not their fault. You're just going from you're going from the two starting props and the starting hooker, and then there's a drop off there. I would put Elias on the bench. We need some consistency. Like we need real strong scrummagers, first choice scrummagers coming off the bench.
Yeah, that's what I feel that we have lacked a fair bit this season. Is then obviously, like I said, we've already discussed world first choice right now. But then when you're talking about first choice available, so as you take it on what's available every match day, we're not balancing the starters and the bench correctly. There always is a significant drop off. Sometimes that's covered, and it's the same. It's the same throughout. Probably 21 and 23 are probably the only numbers that we don't really see that. Just because we do have high standard outside backs and nines. I don't think we could be annoyed with anyone who was 9 and 21, whatever rotation it turned out being. But I know I've said this in previous years. I've said it multiple times. I have got no problem with starting boys and having them subbed off 25, 30 minutes, and just doing it that way. I got no problem because I don't know how much longer Jack Price is going to be a Scarlet. I've heard some rumors that he may not be retained. I hope he is because
we best be signing some locks then.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I hope
Season tickets are out. It's time of year that we normally announce some signings.
Yeah,
we can't be losing 2 of our first 5 choice locks.
Yeah,
in Douglas and Price.
But I've got
only 5 choice locks.
We can't be losing 2 of our 5 locks.
Well, if we just look at our lock stocks and obviously
and our barrels,
Ball has been injured. Lousy's been injured for parts. I don't think Douglas has, but then it's quite literally Jack Price, and who is that it? If we only got 4 locks,
is Harvey Coxon what happened to him?
Gone. He was loan signing.
Yeah, but he wasn't bad.
No, he weren't bad, and I'd happily take him back if he's there.
A bit of a pen machine in one game, I remember. I can't remember which one that was.
Yeah, but
he was just desperate to impress. That's all it was.
But
Impress he did.
I go into our academy then, and Will Evans, who he does look like he's got a lot of talent there. I can count on one hand the number of games he's played in 2 years. The boy is constantly injured, and meh. Dylan Alford is a boy we brought down from RGC. He's been playing a fair bit with Llandovery, but then he got injured this year. I think he had a full season with RGC last year, first season with Llandovery this year. Injured for a massive chunk. I think he's only recently had a game again. But, physically speaking, he doesn't look ready, at least. So, yeah, I think we need to tie down everyone everyone that we got, because we need to expand the numbers in the squad anyway. And obviously we've already got 2 confirmed. Is it 2 confirmed leavers now?
Tommy and
Marnus.
Tommy and Marnus.
I think
everybody knows that Hepburn is going. That's not confirmed officially.
Fletch
Huh?
Fletch is in.
Yeah.
Fletch is in.
I mean,
is Jared Taylor out of contract?
Let me have a quick look. So Jared Taylor, where are you? He signed, sort of February 24. So I'm assuming that'd be a 2.5 year. Maybe sign a 2, maybe a 3 year. I don't know. Possibly, but don't get me wrong. He's playing well, but I can't see. It would have to be a big South African, one of the top 4 South Africans to take him, really, wouldn't it? Because I don't think he'd go Curry Cup.
No, he might go Japan though. I could see him going to Japan.
I mean, he's still a young boy, and
he's a young boy, but he's a workhorse. He can play across the back row,
and maybe Max Douglas will take him with him.
Well, and he's also not like I think Jared in our 23. I think he's great every time he's in our 23, but I don't think he's not going to a Springbok alignment camp anytime soon.
No. So yeah, he's one option we can keep. But yeah, this.
What about Ball? What's Jake Ball on?
Well, he only signed this season. You're on a 2 at least. He has to be. There's no point in signing
his age profile.
Yeah,
but for him, he's not going to go for 1 year.
Yeah.
And with his age profile, he literally didn't play for almost 2 years in between,
That's a good point.
And then was playing in Japan before that. He was doing all his bloody, what is it? All his fitness, all his health, all his nutrition.
Yeah, all his protein bars. 35 is the new 30, according to Eddie Jones. Anyway, this is rather off topic of what we think is going to happen against the Bulls. I think importantly to say is that Bulls have never won internationally.
Yes, very important. Very, very important. We are the Bull Tamers.
We are, with a red rag to it. No. And, why not? Who knows?
This is Hugh's ready to go to bed now. Why not? It could be good. It could be wonderful.
Play the kids. I would love it if we won again. Yeah.
For me, I'm still thinking I really don't want to be bottom Welsh region. We've got, in theory, 15 points available now, going into the last 3 games. One of which is against the Ospreys. Yeah. Their other 2 games are pretty tough, I would say.
Well,
it's not completely out of the realm of possibility that we could, if we went full guns the whole way, be the 2nd best Welsh region. I haven't even got a table to hand. I don't even know what it looks like.
I would be very surprised if that happened.
I would be really surprised if that happened as well. But it is technically possible. We're like 13 or 14 points. No, not 12 or 13 points behind the Ospreys.
Yeah, that's not happening. Look, I'm the most optimistic person. No, I'm the optimistic person, and I'm saying no.
They're playing Cardiff, and they're going to Leinster, and they have us.
Oh, come on, Cardiff. Cardiff are not good.
They beat us.
Yeah, because we just
no, we beat us.
That is a good point.
the 2 seasons in a row, I do not understand how Cardiff have got as many wins as they have. They play all right, but they're not great by any stretch of the imagination. Like,
Anyway, that's what
yeah,
I would. And I know the whole thing about the Ospreys haven't won in Cardiff since like 2009 or whatever, 2010. I don't know.
Haven't they? I thought they had a.
They
Yes, they have
they've
because they beat Cardiff at
that was
Cardiff
Millennium, I
City
think.
Stadium in Judgment Day.
yeah,
Yeah,
but not in the
I
park, not in
think
Cardiff
that
Arms
must be a
Park.
home fixture.
They've beaten them in the Millennium Stadium. They've beaten them in Cardiff City, but they haven't beaten them in Cardiff Arms Park.
Well, how many times has it actually been played in that time?
Not since 2009.
Yeah.
So, but I just could imagine it happening. That's
I
what I
would
dream
too.
anyway. I definitely don't want to be the bottom, but
The Dragons have still only won 2 games because they're in the Challenge Cup semi-final, but they've still only won 2 games in the URC. They're playing Zebra this weekend
how
in
many draws have they got though?
3.
God, masters of the draw. Yeah.
We just pick up one draw with Benetton every year. Same scoreline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just shake hands at about 70 minutes and just say, okay, now at this point we just ride it out.
Just turn the fog machine on and go, yeah, you can't play anymore.
The thing is the Bulls, yeah, so what you said, Hugh, they are actually in a race to be in the playoffs. They have Connacht behind them, Munster in front of them, Cardiff in front of them.
It's a big weekend in the Old Irk because Lions are playing Connacht, and if Lions can win that, they basically knock Connacht out. And so the top 8 is settled, and it's just about who finishes where. But
And
Bulls,
they also more than likely secure home advantage in playoffs as well if they win that, the Lions.
no, I'm not sure because they need to go away to Ireland for the last 2 games.
Oh,
So
fair enough. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, they're only on 48
But
points.
the Bulls can get third, I think. Some might argue that the logical money is on the Bulls getting 15 from 15 in their last 3 games. But those people obviously don't realise that they're 0 from 2 in Parker Scarlets. So there.
Yeah. It's just what team is going to go out. I think that's the question.
They're going to go full strength.
No, for us.
Oh, right.
I think obviously, I think, not obviously, I do think we're going to target the other 2 derbies now. And I do think we could see a fairly rotated squad.
But this is our last home game, isn't it? Oh, no, we got Dragons last day. Sorry.
Yeah. Who starts at 10?
Kaz!
We want him to, but is he? Like, is he going to?
Probably not.
No.
Why aren't we start? Is it just I say just like it's not a big deal. Is it just A levels? Why aren't
No,
we
he's in the 23. If he's in the 23, he can play. Like, you can defer A levels when you're that good of a profession of a sports person. Come on, you can defer that. You can do them at night school for a couple of years. It's what my vast majority of boys do.
Do we know what A levels he's doing?
Oh Christ, it's probably.
So I'm just saying.
Do you think we can tutor him? Do you think if he's
because if it's history, art, and drama, just get an E and forget about it.
I'm so glad you didn't choose any of my A levels. That would have hurt. That
Geography,
would have cut too deep. Oh no! How did you know?
If he's doing physics, maths, and
chemistry,
then yeah, all right, get your books out, mate. But if he's doing arts, who cares?
Same as a B Tech and anything. Like,
just get a B Tech, Kaz. Just get a B Tech. Do they still do those?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was listening to interview with Louis Rees-Zammit, and he said he originally when he went over. Originally, his plan was to finish his A levels. Then it turned out that every single player they had in the school was on a B Tech. He said his A levels lasted 1 week.
That 100% sounds right.
Yeah. So, I mean, why? Again, a weird one. I don't really know why Dane was starting unless it's just rotation. What's happened with Cordor?
I really, really hope I'm wrong, but every time he misses a game that he's not put in the excuses list, I think he's closer to retiring. And I don't want that to happen because the top try scorer in this league's history is there for him to take. and he can I say quite easily, that's taking the piss.
Swanson against the Dragons last day of the season.
Home
I,
game.
I don't think it's right for a player of his stature that has been with us. Obviously, he would have been with us 20 years next season. I don't think but 20 years. I don't think having your retirement announced less than a month before your final game is how you go out, and it's not deserved. Like, give us 4 to 6 months.
Ken and Foxy retired when they were both injured.
Yeah, but that was their decision as well.
Well,
in a
actually,
way.
Foxy didn't even retire with us. He actually got released by us and then retired.
Yeah,
Foxy buggered off for a couple of years as well.
it's different with
20
Ken
years.
and Cordor.
Yeah, we're talking. I do think we are talking 20 years with the club. That's ridiculous. If in the modern day and age, he deserves a full retirement year.
That's what I was going to say. It should be announced over the summer if he is retiring, and then you've given him the year to go through that process.
You'd be doing like literally 5 or 6 events, every other month through the season, different things for him. Play, evenings, dinners, all that crap, charity, bloody golf things and all that. I know there's plenty of boys in the squad that'll be up for that at least. But
there's a point. I mean, our starting halfbacks on the weekend were Dane and Joe Hawkins. That just doesn't feel like it's setting anyone up for success.
If we look at this at the start of the season, we can even look at it now. They are our bottom choice senior squad members in those positions because there's only Archie and Cowdo ahead of Dane, and there's only Sammy above Joe. Like, I know it's 3 and 2, but that's just the level of squad we're talking.
Yeah,
like
I don't know why. I would want to see Kaz started in this game, and I want to see Archie with him.
Yeah, I was going to ask that
on the bench.
I was going to ask that now. Obviously, it's going back a bit, but do we think Archie going on the wing stopped Kaz coming on as well? Do you think they would have come on as a pair? Because I'd like to.
No, because they would have been on by then already.
Yeah, they would have been on by then.
Yeah, okay. I think they do need to stick with those two.
It's not unthinkable to think that they might have decided they would bring both of them on at 78 minutes. We have seen enough of that. It hasn't happened as much since Nigel's come in. But we've seen enough of that could have been what the plan was.
Yeah.
Or maybe at 70. I don't know. But what time? When did he come on? 69, 70?
Before that, in the 60s.
Before that.
Was it before that?
Because he was replacing Tommy Rog, and he doesn't go beyond 65, as we know.
I mean,
he was caught speeding once on the motorway. Still won't go beyond 65. Nice car, though, eh?
Yeah.
Is it a colour? I don't mind the yellow car, but budgie yellow, as Pringle pointed out, quite apt.
I pointed that out.
You pointed. Oh, sorry. I thought it was Pringle. My apologies.
So Scarlets by 2 is what I'm saying.
Oh, for Christ's sake, that's got to be cancelled next season. Have some variety in you, my friend.
All right, I'll come up with a different prediction next season.
Yeah, but it has to be different each game, or at least, come on.
I'm not committing to that.
Be relevant.
It is relevant. Say the score is going to be 6-7. Be relevant to the zeitgeist.
That's not relevant anymore. That died like months ago.
Yeah, I know about it. That's how I know it died a death.
Oh, Christ. Yeah.
I don't think we win this one, guys. I think this is the hardest game of the season now.
Honestly, I think we steal it to death. I think it's going to be a drab of a game, which I'm not happy to say. I think just some random moment of magic wins it right at the end. Like, better than Ulster. Better than that finish. Hope Ellis Mees all right, by the way. I do have to point that one out. He was hobbling.
It was hard to see how nasty that looked, really, considering that it might have seized up really quickly on him. But the way he landed, like toes first, foot
He got injured in
extended,
the last
ankle.
game as well. So maybe it was a continuation of that.
Maybe.
Unfortunately, weather looks good for Saturday.
Okay, someone bring your ice buckets.
I don't think we do it this Saturday.
Scarlets by 3. Or Scarlets by 1.
0-0 draw.
0-0 draw. Oh, there was a 3-0 game a couple of weeks ago that we missed.
Yeah, we talked about it in the.
Oh, you talked about it, yeah?
Yeah, I looked it up on the. I can't remember who was it. Was it
Sandibi and someone?
Sandabi? Yeah, and
Shagaran, maybe.
I can't remember, but I looked it up and they had a post on Facebook that just said thank you to everyone who braved the elements to come to the game and witness the titanic defensive display that was put on. And man of the match went to 2 separate players. So it was one of those, yeah.
The thing is, I've seen a lot. Well, we've all seen a lot of low-scoring games like that, and they tend to be awesome, really intense affairs. So never count out a low-scoring game.
So you're saying you think that's going to happen in this one?
Yeah, bugger it. Go on. Be low-scoring, and we nick it at the death.
All
I
right.
have such a completely different feeling about this game. Than I think we're going to lose badly, but I think we're going to score 4 tries. I think we're going to score 4
John,
tries.
there's
and
no
lose
point
badly.
doing the Scarlets fans podcast if we're just going to say things like, I reckon we're going to get battered. You know, what are we even doing here?
I think we're going to score lots of tries, but I think we're going to lose. I don't know what to tell you.
Like you just speak with the heart. You don't listen to the head.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Still working on how with that, but we'll get there. I don't think he has a heart, so I don't think we will. But yeah.
So he's the Tin Man, and I can be the Lion. Is that what you're playing?
I mean,
That makes Martin a scarecrow. Or Dorothy.
Oh no, sorry, I'm the Scarecrow. If
Oh.
it's no brain. Yeah.
no, you want no brain. You need a heart. That is the Tin Man. I don't know Oz that well.
Scarecrow doesn't have a brain. That feels about right for me.
Okay.
Do you know what's worst thing about this, Hugh? This is one of the shorter ones.
Okay, boys, we should really wrap this up now because this is it's been a hard talk. It's been a hard listen for anyone. Remember, comment, pound coins, everywhere. And if you can get a throw-in action in there as well, that'll be extra.
There's like a hand that's making this kind of motion. So
Shit, for God's sake, end the fucking podcast. Shut the fuck up.
He's lost it. We broke him. It's taken 3 years, but we finally broke him.
make this a short. Make this a short.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. If anyone is indeed listening at this point, like, share, subscribe. Don't tell your
we're not
friends,
here
please.
next week, right?
We are next week to review this game.
Don't we wait a fortnight?
No.
Do we review Osprey? Do we preview Osprey straight away and then have a week off?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. Hey, week off. Monday off in a fortnight, guys. Woohoo!
See you next week.
Party time. Bye, everyone. Thanks, boys, for doing this.